In a target costing, in which of the one of the following would be an appropriate strategy to reduce the cost gap? Basically, what is this cost gap? Cost gap is the difference between estimated cost and the target cost. Estimated cost minus target cost. For a product that exists in a competitive industry with demanding shareholders. Next, first one is increase the selling price. Increase the selling price or reduction in the selling price have no effect on the cost gap. So that's why this statement is irrelevant here. We are not saying that incorrect. In fact, it is irrelevant. Reduce the expectation gap by reducing the selling price. Again, it is an irrelevant statement because selling price has nothing to do with the target cost gap. Reduce the desired margin on the product. If you are going to reduce the desired margin on the product, it means you are going to increase your target cost. So again, this is not the way to reduce the target cost gap, or again I would say that it is an irrelevant statement. Machinizing production in order to reduce average production cost. So if you are trying to reduce your average production cost or estimated cost, it will ultimately reduce the target cost gap. The predicted selling price for a product has been set at $56. The desired markup on the cost is 25%. It means this $56 is showing 125%, which means 100% of the total cost and 20% of this markup. And the material cost of the product is estimated to be 16 before allowing any additional material to allow for shrinking of 20% for every 10 kgs of material going in, only 8 kgs come out. So 10 kg is the input, 20% is the wastage, so the 8 kgs is the output. If labor is the only other cost and 2 hours are needed, what is the most the business can pay per hour if a cost gap is to be avoided? So first of all, we are required to calculate maximum rate per hour. So first of all, we need to do what? We need to calculate our total cost, because we don't know what is the total cost. We just know that we have a selling price of $56, which includes 25% markup. If it is margin, then we will say that total cost is 80%, 20% is the margin, and selling price is 100. But now selling price is 125. So first of all, we will do what? We will calculate total cost is equal to what? Total cost is equal to 56 into 25 divided by 125. So what is the answer? 11.20 is the answer. This one is your basically, I would say rather total cost, it is profit. Total profit. Right now we are earning. What we will do? We will calculate total cost is equal to 56 minus 11.2, 44.80. 44.80. Now we will do what? We will calculate the labor cost. Out of this 44.80, we are saying that our material cost is $16. But this $16 is before any allowance, and there is a wastage of 20%. It means this $16 is representing what? It is representing 80% before allowing any wastages, and the wastage is what? Wastage is 20%. So this one is representing 80%. What will we do? We will calculate material cost. We will say 16 into 100 by 80. So we have what? Material costs 20. So 24.8 is what? 24.8 is the cost of labor, because out of total cost we deducted the material cost. Now we will calculate cost per hour. 24.8 divided by what? Divided by number of hours, 2 hours. So the answer is what? 12.40. So maximum rate per hour is 12.40. This is the way to solve this or such type of questions.
Excuse me, can you explain it again?
Yes. We are
Thank you.
required to do what? We are required to calculate the maximum rate per hour. But it is not possible for us to calculate maximum rate per hour directly. Why? Because we are not provided with the labor cost. Now what we are provided with? We are provided with the selling price, which includes 25% markup. So first of all, we eliminated the proportion of markup from the selling price of 56 and we calculated total cost. After the calculation of total cost, what will we do? We will deduct the material cost. So we have what? We have the remaining portion of 24.8. We have only two costs, one is material and the other one is labor. If out of 44.8, 20 is the material cost, so the labor cost is what? Labor cost is 24.8. So now what will we do? We will calculate cost per hour, where 24.8 is divided by what? It is divided by number of hours. So the cost per hour is what? 12.4, right? Next one is, which of the following techniques is not relevant to target costing? Okay. Value analysis, functional analysis, activity analysis, all are relevant with the target costing. So which one is not relevant? Not relevant is variance analysis. Variance analysis is basically the difference between budget and actual results. But value analysis is what? Value analysis is basically analysis of value added and non-value added activities. We are analyzing that which one of the activities are adding value in our product and which one are not adding value in our product. So those which are adding value in the product is called value added, and those which cannot add value in the product are called non-value added activities. Functional analysis is again the same, where we are analyzing our functions, we are performing value engineering, we are identifying that which one of the production setups or which one of the production activities are contributing or which one are not contributing. Same is the case with activity analysis, where we are analyzing different activities and we are concluding that which one of the activities are adding value and which one are not adding value. So target costing has no variance analysis is not part of the target costing. Next one, the selling price of the product is set to $250 for each unit and sales for the coming year are expected to be 500 units. The company required rate of return of 15% in the coming year on its investment of 250,000 in the product Sigma. What is the target cost for each unit for the coming year? So again, it is not possible to calculate the target cost. Target cost is what? Target cost is the difference between selling price and the targeted profit. Selling price is given, but the targeted profit is not given. It is provided as 15% of investment. So first of all, we will calculate what? We will calculate required return. Required return is equal to 250,000 divided by, sorry, multiplied by 15%. Dear, when I am solving the question, please do not send the answers in the message. 250,000 into 15%. What is the required return? Total required return is 37,500. Now we will calculate profit per unit. Now 37,500 divided by what? Divided by 500. So you have what? Profit per unit of, I think, 75. And now what is the target cost? Target cost is the difference between selling price and the profit per unit. 250 minus profit per unit, 175. So this is the right answer. Anyone? Any question? VC company is a company of optician. It provides a range of services to the public, such as eye test and contact lens consultation, and has a separate dispensary selling glasses and contact lenses. Patients book appointment with an optician in advance. A standard appointment is 30 minutes long, during which an optician will assess the patient's specific requirement and provide them with eye care services they need. After the appointment, patients are offered to the chance to buy contact lens or glasses from the dispensary. Which of the following describes a characteristic of the service provided by an optician at VC company during the standard apportionment? Which of the following describes a characteristic of the services provided by an optician at VC company during a standard appointment? Tangible, homogeneous, non-perishable, simultaneous. So simultaneous. Simultaneous is what? Where we are providing two services side by side. So this is called what? This is called the simultaneous process. One more MCQ we will do from the target costing before moving further. Match the stages required to the correct step number to describe the sequence used when operating target costing. Now what will we do? First of all, step number one is what? Step number one is we are developing the concept of the product. Step number two is what? We are setting the competitive or market selling price. Step three is what? We are determining the profit margin. Step four is what? We are determining the cost, estimated cost of the product. Step five is what? We are identifying the difference between target cost and estimated cost. And the last one is what? We are identifying different aspects which can help us to reduce this target cost gap. These steps are also known as target costing process. So whenever question asks you what is the target costing process, this is the target costing process, and this one is the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the MCQs from the target costing.